What's going on, everybody? It's your boy GemMint, and this is the new comic book day reviews coming at you live on a Thursday evening. But you know what? We're gonna keep it as spoiler-free as possible. Last week, I got a chance to take a look at some books a little bit early, so these books all dropped this week. Ghost Pepper 1, Blood and Thunder 3, Battle Beast 3, highly recommend, and G.I. Joe 9. If you guys want some more, or you want to hear my thoughts on these, check out last week's new comic book day reviews. I did pick up TMNT issue number 10 by Jason Aaron, but I've only read up to issue 6. I gotta hunt down issue 7 through 9, and then I could read 10. I did get, I've been looking forward to this ever since the solicits in the Image books. So this Skinbreaker, the new Robert Kirkman, David Finch run that's coming out, I think it drops in like September or something. I got the black and white ash can, so I took, checked it out. It's black and white. There's no dialogue. The art is amazing, but I'm really excited and interested in that story and to follow that around. All right, before we get into the physical copies, let's get into the Image copies that I read digitally because there was 2 new number 1s. All right, first up we have This Ends Tonight. This is the new number 1 by Jerry Dugan and Jay Lee. So it's got Jay Lee covers and interiors. I kind of just thought it was okay. It kind of felt a little bit like Erica Slaughter-esque, as you can see the main character on the front. It didn't really hook me to want to continue to read more, and also it's hard to read some of these books digitally when they have double page spreads. What I did like about this book was the art, the paneling itself, the kinetic kind of action to it. I feel like I keep using that word. It's definitely a Rock and Robbie word. But I did like it. The story kind of had me a little bit lost. This ends tonight. They keep on repeating it throughout the issue, but you basically have these this faction hunting down this girl, and it has like a Game of Thrones / Dark Side, New Genesis kind of thing where we're going to trade our daughters in order to keep peace between the lands, but peace has been broken. So that's kind of what goes on in This Ends Tonight. A lot of fighting. And that's going to be a common theme with all of this week's books. It's like all this fighting is going on, man. What's going on? All right. And then the last one, I did check out this Dread the Hall H. So as you can kind of gather from the Hall H nod, it's about different people waiting in line at Comic-Con for Hall H. And it's got this horror aesthetic to it. It's by Jordan Hart, Chris Ryall, Chris Anderson, Nelson Daniel, Peter Kowalski, and Jimmy Kujak. Is that how you say it? Because it's like 3 different stories, so it must be different creative teams on each story. So 3 stories, they kind of have this exhibitor badge throughout, separating the stories. It's pretty cool. So you're at Comic-Con, there's a zombie story, and it's a real zombie, but they think it's cosplay. It was just kind of okay. I did read a couple Marvel books digitally that I don't have here in hard copy. So let's start with this one. I did read, and this is another wraparound cover. This is the Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe issue number 1. So everybody's been in the comments saying how the Godzilla books were so great. I read one of them. I forgot what it even was. It wasn't Godzilla and Thor. It was something else, and I didn't like it. But this one by Jerry Dugan, I actually did dig this, man. You got a new Celestial born on planet Earth. Godzilla's fighting against the Celestial. We get backstory and how it ties in original Godzilla canon to the Marvel Universe and how it's all connected. Kind of led by the Fantastic Four. You got a Mole Man kind of backstory here that sets it off. But I did like this one. I thought it was, he goes to the Celestial. I thought it was action-packed. I felt like it made sense. Whereas the other one I read, it didn't really make sense with the Godzilla story. So Godzilla in New York City, but it actually was pretty dope. Cool artwork as well. I also read New Avengers issue 2, so I should have grabbed the physical of this. I must have forgot. So in the first issue, they established that the Jackal has created clones of the Illuminati. So now you have this New Avengers team, which is reluctantly led by the Winter Soldier, going up against these bastardized versions of Iron Man, of Black Bolt, Mr. Fantastic, and they're kind of like, I don't want to say dumbed down versions of the heroes we know, but they kind of are. Even like the dialogue, they hit you with a lot of bros, and they use a lot of slang. But 5 out of the 7 clones of the Illuminati have now escaped, so that gives this New Avengers team reason to stay a team and go hunt them down, because you can't have these high-powered clones running around free. San Diego Comic-Con is this weekend, and Peraza Entertainment has another exclusive variant for their book Anime. This amazing cover by Kiyu Yom Ohm will be exclusively available at Comics Exposures over at booth 734. Make sure to swing by and check them out and pick up a copy. So that's everything digitally. Let's get into the physical copies. The World to Come, issue number 2. This is basically the sequel to Christopher Priest's Black Panther run from the 90s. This one has a wraparound cover too. Let's show that off right quick. So Joe Quesada on the art, and it brings back our guy. What's his name again? Everett Ross. So I kind of mentioned, like, there was a big online uproar about the white Black Panther that was teased even in the solicits for this issue. And what you have here is an adoptive son that T'Challa took in. He was a white child. Whose goddamn white baby is this? Challenges him for the throne when he grows up and realizes that he was just a pet and he's not Wakandan and all this, that, and the third. In the first issue, so this is kind of spoilers for issue 1, kills T'Challa, takes the throne. But I was always saying, Priest has been doing stuff like that even back in the 90s. He made Ross the leader of Wakanda at one moment. But I guess it's more of a big deal now that this character is technically the Black Panther since he won in the Wakandan ritual. This is a great run so far. I mean, it's 2 issues in, but I recently read the original run, and this is just like picking up where that left off. Great stuff with The World to Come. Kind of a weird title, but anyway. Eddie Brock Carnage, issue number 6 by Charles Soule. He's got art by Saez and Hollingsworth. So the Muse from recent Daredevil Born Again fame. The Muse is the most recent victim on Carnage's wish list. We are learning that if Carnage doesn't kill, it's going to affect Eddie Brock negatively. And you have that kind of alien symbiote trope where Eddie Brock's falling asleep, but the Carnage or the symbiote is piloting him and he's killing people without knowing. This isn't a spoiler, but kind of give you an idea of, like, he's sleeping in the hospital bed, but the tendrils are out there. They're looking, they're wanting. So we got to kill in order to live. And the Muse looks like he's next on the list. So it's pretty interesting stuff. Death of Silver Surfer, issue number 2. I like this issue so much more than issue 1. This is by Greg Pak with Kumar and D. Armada. So we learn, how is it that somebody's going to be able to kill Silver Surfer? Now it all makes sense. I'm not going to give it away, but the cover gives you a little taste of what's to come. You have a dead Galactus? I wonder what would happen if somebody would tap into the power cosmic in that body. There is great artwork throughout here. I don't really care for, like, the new cast of characters that they created for this story. This girl who's like this mercenary in an Iron Man suit kind of vibe. But and yeah, it almost feels like Surfer plays a little bit of a back role to this story. But I did enjoy this one. I didn't love issue 1. Issue 2 definitely gives you a better idea of where they're going with this story, and I'm kind of digging it. Imperial, sticking to space, we've got the Jonathan Hickman epic space saga. This is basically like Marvel Star Wars. He's got Federico Vincentini, Ivan Coelho, and Federico Blee on this one. This feels like Jonathan Hickman is playing with toys. All right, give me the Kree, give me the Shi'ar, give me Hulks. We're just gonna. The whole thing was this big epic space battle. The premise is that somebody is assassinating, I don't want to say world leader, galactic leaders from all these different empires. And again, a little bit of a spoiler alert from issue 1. It was probably in the solicit, so I don't know. The Wakandans are the ones that seem to be guilty for these assassinations. So you have everybody's coming against the Wakandans. This entire thing is this huge battle. It's like this epic fight scene in space. Just give you a little bit of the artwork here. I guess you got a couple of artists on it. I didn't feel a jarring difference. It seems like they're all working together to make this flow pretty well, to keep up with Jonathan Hickman and his toy box. Big epic space saga. If that's your thing, you might like this. It hasn't really hooked me yet, to be honest. Then let's jump over to DC, and then I have a future review for next week. So Absolute Flash, issue 4. This one is by Jeff Lemire, I believe, Kaplan, and Lucas. So this one was really cool, man. We're really seeing the Flash in this universe come to his own, and he works with Gorilla Grodd. Like, they're almost like a team. You have one of the experiments from the same base that created Wally West as the Flash, this magma guy. So he's kind of got to learn how to help others to stop these threats. So not necessarily to fight, but he's got to learn how to help. And all the while you have the government looking for Flash. His father is looking for him as well and tapping these other mutated creatures. I feel like they give you little Easter eggs of other characters because, you know, this universe, everything is different. Yeah, so it kind of looks like it's gonna, I'm not gonna show you, tie in with other, maybe even Absolute characters, which would be interesting. Absolute Batman issue 10, Scott Snyder, along with Dragata and Martin. Bro, Absolute Batman 9 was incredible. Issue 10 is even better. So we know that was the big battle with Bane in the last issue. Bane mops the floor with Bruce Wayne, so he's captured when we get into this issue. First of all, they clock Bruce Wayne in at 6'9", 425 pounds. What the helly? So they really are trying to break Bruce Wayne this whole time, and you kind of get the idea like that they've done this to Bane. They have to break him. They're torturing him. He's going without food, and you really get to see what Bruce Wayne is made of in this book and how relentless he can be and how brutal he can be. Other Easter eggs too. While he's escaping his confinements, and I'll give you some of the artwork here without context. We get little Easter eggs of other characters from the Rogues Gallery, a little bit of a Clayface cameo going on here, and it's totally different from what we know and love. Big, beautiful art with this big, beautiful beefcake Bruce Wayne. Incredible issue. If you liked issue 9, you'll love issue 10. If I was doing picks of the week, this probably would be it. Although Battle Beast 3 drops this week, and that was great. So Void Rivals 21, Robert Kirkman, along with Connor Hughes and Patricio Del Pesce. I believe this comes out next week. I actually do like Void Rivals. This saga, or I guess this arc, is culminating with a battle between the two planets. Finally, well, now they're one planet. The two planets, the two rivals, we're finally getting that war. We're getting more with the Scuzoids, and the Scuzoids thing kind of feels a little bit like, what's the clones from Invincible, the brothers? I forget, but like Scuzoids, we find out in some of the earlier issues that he's cloning himself, and we finally get to see the Prime Scuzoid. Is that how you say his name, or is it Skuxoid? I don't know, but it's super cool, obscure Transformers lore. We get some Transformer cameos here, Hot Rod in the issue. So we're coming to the end of the arc, right? So 24 is probably going to be the end of the arc. I don't know what's going on with this after Kirkman. He takes over Transformers duty, so I don't really know what the future of Void Rivals is, but I've been digging it. And those are the new comic book day reviews. You guys, let me know what you thought about this week. I thought it was a banger week. Sound off in the comments down below. Appreciate y'all watching. Stay minty fresh. Peace.